Willkommen, you Lebkuchenjagers. I hope you're doing well. My name is Graham, and welcome to the Crack-A-Pack here on LRRMTG. Please like and share and subscribe and become a member of the channel and all the wonderful engagement stuff. Today, I'm opening a pack of Wilds of Eldraine. Except it's not Wilds of Eldraine, it's Wildnis von Eldraine. It's in German, and it was given to us from Zeph with a heart. And I don't know where we got this, but they did kindly also label it as foreign on the front to make sure that we didn't accidentally draft it. It's also a set booster, which for some reason in German was hyphenated. Set booster. So yeah, let's get into this. Everyone loves episodes where Graham tries to stumble through a language he doesn't speak. What is... This is art from Ariette of the Poisoned Apple, or Ariette vom Verwunschenen Apfel, and I've never seen this art variant of it. It's very stylized and cool looking. Neat. All right. We start off with... Wait, I think I can figure this one out. Plains? It's a basic plains. Though I do have to say the full art plains in the set is very, very, very cool. And it seems to be inspired by some of the concept art for like early Disney movies. It's very cool. So big fan of that plains. All right. Gebetstruer Hexenjager. It's the snarling witch hunter. Maybe not snarling. It's something witch hunter. It's a dog. Witch stalker. Witch stalker. It's not fierce witch stalker, because it's a different one. Or maybe this is fierce witch stalker. Anyway, it's 1 and a green for a 2/3 with defender. I want to say it's got defender. And if another creature with power 4 or greater has entered the battlefield under your control this turn, then this thing gets +1/+0 and can attack as though it did not have defender. Yeah.
Territorial
Witch Stalker. All right, cool. This is good. This is within a calendar year. So I think I've got a better shot. This is me setting myself up for failure. I got a better shot at remembering what these cards do. Lebkuchenrolling. It's Ginger Brute. Single mana for a 1/1 food golem, or spicy golem, with haste. And for 1 mana, you can make it not able to be blocked except by other creatures that have haste, because you have to be as fast as the Gingerbread Man. And for 2 and tap, and sacrifice it, gain 3 life, because the Ginger Brute is still food. I believe that I got all that correct. I did. All right. Next. Ooh, Spur aus... I don't know how to pronounce this ligature. It looks like a messed up capital B. I don't know how to pronounce that character. Big Kiten. It's Candy Trail. I don't know how to pronounce it in German, but it's Candy Trail. It's a food clue. It's 1 mana. It enters the battlefield, you scry 2, and then for 2 and sacrifice it, you get both parts of a food and a clue. You gain 3 life and you draw a card. Yeah, thumbs up from James. That's all I ever want. Next. Oh, hell. Hexenmeister. What a great creature type. Fairy Hexenmeister. It's, see, I knew I'd get this wrong eventually. It's a 1/1 for a single black mana, and it's got flying, and when it enters the battlefield, you surveil 1, and then for 2 and a black, and exile it from your graveyard, you draw a card and lose a life? I think I'm close.
Yeah, so Fairy Dream Thief.
Dream Thief.
Yep. 1 black mana for a 1/1 flyer. Surveil 1 when it ETBs. And yes. 2 and a black. Exile it. You draw a card and lose a life.
Woo! Dream Thief. What are the creature types? It's fairy what?
Warlock.
Warlock. That's a Hexenmeister? Man, everything's cooler. All right. Put that in the... almost. Traumverderber. This is Dream Spoilers. 3 and a black for a 2/2 with flying. Finwessen Hexenmeister. Fairy Warlock. When you cast a spell on your opponent's turn, a creature they control gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Yeah. Bam. This is going great. Finfechtkunst. Feenfechtkunst. It's fairy fencing. X and a black for a Spontenzauber. A target creature gets -X/-X until end of turn, where X is just X. But if you control a fairy, it gets an additional -3/-3. Yeah. See, this is, you're not even getting to see this, but these thumbs ups are giving me life. Ooh, speaking of fairies, this is a very fairy forward pack. I mean, this is a set booster, so I guess maybe it's intended to be that, because we've got the Dream Thief and the Dream Spoilers and the Fairy Fencing, and now Obira with an epithet that I do not recall, but is spelled Tramende Duelanten. Blue, black for a 2/2 Fairy Krieger Warrior? Anyway, she's got flying and flash? Whenever a fairy enters the battlefield under your control, target opponent loses 1 life. Why do I not think it's flash? Aufblitzen. It's flash or haste. I don't think it's haste.
No, you got it. It's flash.
Oh, it is flash. Oh, why did I not think Obira had flash? What's Obira's epithet?
Dreaming Duelist.
Dreaming Duelist. Ah, Duelanten. Why is that capitalized? I should really learn more about German grammar. Ooh, Ego Entzug. Okay, I don't remember the name. It's a single black mana for a sorcery, and your opponent reveals their hand, and they discard. Oh man, I'm trying to remember how this works. This is a discard spell, but it's like, it's either you pick a non-land card, or they pick. No, how does it? I just don't remember how this card actually functions.
So this is Ego Drain.
Ego Drain. That's not a great name, but all right.
Target opponent reveals their hand.
I got that far.
Yeah, you choose a non-land card from it. That player discards that card.
Right.
If you don't control a fairy, do you know?
Then they just pitch a card of their choice?
No, it's exile a card from your hand. Yeah, it's a weird card.
That is weird. Oh, I guess I could have. Falls du kein Finweisen Controller ist. Oh, that's a very strange one. All right. Ooh, it's the Green Knight. What a creature type, Mensch. Moosforst Schreckenschritter. Moss Knight. Something Moss Knight. It's 1 and a green for a 3/2 with trample. And when it enters the... No, not when it enters the battlefield. I'm conflating it with its ability, or with its... So it has an adventure, which in German is, in a very small font, Schreckensgeflüster. Okay, the adventure is you draw a card and lose a life. And then it goes on its adventure. And you can play it as a 3/2 with trample. And then when it dies, until the end of your next turn, or you exile it, and then until the end of your next turn, you can cast it. So then you can cast it as it or its adventure again until the end of your next turn. Mosswood Dread Knight?
Yeah, Mosswood Dread Knight. And then so the text on the creature side, you were right about trample.
Yeah.
When it dies, you may cast it from your graveyard as an adventure until the end of your next turn.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna count that one. It's a weird card because it's the Green Knight and you can't kill the Green Knight. Check out that movie. Don't watch it with your parents. Next, from the bonus sheet, Spreading Seas, which I only know because I saw it frequently and was like, that's a weird one. It's 1 and a... Sorry, I guess I should... This is the content you're here for, is me trying to mispronounce. Wait. I'm not doing it on purpose, I'll tell you that much. Als pretendis mir. It's 1 and a blue for a Verzaberung aura, and it Verzaberts ein Land. And when it enters the battlefield, you draw a card, and Land ist ein Insel. The land is an island. Going back to Zendikar with that one. We have Token, which is some of the role tokens. It's the role of Bose and Verflucht. This is Wicked and Cursed, I think. And we have a foil, Bohnenrankenworm. It's a creature type Pflanzworm, which is to say plant worm. This is the beanstalk worm. Bonen Rankenworm. 4 and a green for a 5/4 with reach. And it has an adventure, Bonenpflanzen, which I guess is, it's not up the beanstalk, because that's a different thing. It's something about a beanstalk, and it's 1 and a green. You can play an additional land this turn.
Yep, that's right.
Hey!
It's called plant beans.
It's literally just called plant beans. So the name of the card in German is plant beans worm? No, that's Bonenpflanzen. So Bonen would be bean. So it's bean, well, I guess stalk, whatever Rankin is. Bean Rankenworm. Sure. Despite what I might have said previously, I think I'm having an easier time figuring out German than I am some of the languages that are more closely related to languages I've actually studied, which is to say French is the only language I've studied. So, you know, the Romance languages, as opposed to Umlaut Central over here. Oh, right. If I was to drafting as cards are to, no, hang on. There's a way that this works. I'm going to take the Dread Knight, or the Moosforst Schreckensritter. Schreckensritter. I inserted an extra N there. There's a lot of fairy stuff, though. This is set boosters. You can't really signal when you're drafting these. The Obira, Dream Thief, Fairy Fencing, and Dream Spoilers. Not necessarily in that order. It's probably Fairy Fencing first, then Obira, then Dream Spoilers, then Dream Thief. Gingerbread's good too, but no, I would take the Dread Knight because it's just very efficient. It's just a really, really good 3/2 for trample for 2. That's great. The value for these cards, in English anyway, because it's difficult for us to look up what they're worth in the German language printing. But the English of all these cards would be about $1.84, with most of that being the Dread Knight. So, hey, good card for limited and for value, I suppose. Not really, it's not amazing for value. Take it anyway. It's good stuff. Hey, thank you, Zeph. Always a pleasure to muddle through a language that is not my own. Hopefully you enjoy it. You tell me you do, and I hope that's accurate. But yeah, that's going to do it for Crack-A-Pack today. Thanks everybody for watching. Until next time, I want to remind you all that the ways you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Becoming a member on this YouTube channel. Click the button down there that says join. You get shout outs after Tap Tap Concede. And also just from being here and interacting with the video and liking it and leaving a comment and all that great stuff. Until next time, I have been Graham, joined by James on tech. Matt edits these with Jordan, Heather gets them online, and you all have been here watching it, and we thank you. Talk to you all next time. Bye, everybody.